everyone, welcome back to the Nulyweds channel. So we have been running a little worldwide planning series on this channel, going to different places every single week for the past few weeks, and it will continue all the way until June. So subscribe now if you're interested in that. But we've been speaking to many planners that are international wedding planners, and I really wanted to create an episode, a video about international wedding planners and what the difference is between a local planner such as myself who lives in Portugal and works in Portugal, and international wedding planners who are based anywhere and then plan weddings anywhere. So they might be based in the UK and they plan weddings across the world. So I wanted to speak to an expert on this, so I invited Valentina from The Stars Inside to come and talk to us about what she does as an international wedding planner, how that works, if an international wedding planner might be better for you than a local wedding planner. So without further ado, I'll let her take over and explain what she does, how she does it, and whether it's right for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome everyone. I really hope you're well. My name is Valentina and my business is The Stars Inside. I'm a wedding and elopement planner, and today I'm recording this little video as a takeover with Olivia, and yeah, I'm just really excited to be here and to be chatting with you guys. So the topic that we are tackling today is what it means to be an international wedding planner. And I think this is a really good one because ultimately, a lot of couples who like the idea of working with a wedding planner are faced with the decision of whether to hire somebody local to them or local to the location that they want to get married, particularly if they are considering a destination wedding in a different country. Obviously, there is pros and cons to both, and every couple makes a decision that is more right for them. So today really isn't about saying that one thing is better than the other. That's absolutely not the point. It's more about explaining what it means to be an international wedding planner and how it is that we can support our couples. So for me specifically, so I'm based in the UK, in London, but in fact, the great majority of my couples live abroad and are getting married in a location that isn't local to me either. So many of my couples live in America or in Europe, or they want to get married in Europe or somewhere around the world. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And it's kind of become a little bit of a specialty of mine to support couples in creating something in completely new places. I really thrive on the element of, the sight unseen. Getting to know a location from afar and really using all of the tools and experience and imagination to visualize how it is that we can bring that venue to life together and make the most of it. So for me, over the years that I've done this, really I've started to learn what it means to plan a wedding maybe in a different country with a different culture, just a different way of operating. It's definitely the case that there are cultural differences between different places, and that's something that I'm getting to know really well. And I guess I would say that I'm learning the things to look out for. I'm learning a way of thinking. When I find myself, researching venues, I know what to look for. I know what to look out for. I know what questions to ask. I know what places, have features that make it particularly special for a ceremony or a space that is really well laid out for dinner. And of course, it depends on all of the details of the wedding, how many people are there and the style and everything. But for me, I really feel like I'm specializing in this kind of art of visualizing weddings in new places. And it also means that for me, I approach every single venue search and wedding design completely, with fresh eyes. If someone said to me, I want to get married in Croatia, I would say, fantastic, I've never done a wedding in Croatia, let's dig in. So I go straight into very in-depth research. I get to know loads of different venues. I start narrowing it down and keeping in mind the budget, the style, the preferences of the couple. I really create a very curated shortlist of where I think would be good places for them. And that's how I work for, the whole wedding. So when it comes to finding their photographer or their florist or their hair and makeup artist, I go on a very in-depth research based on everything that's available online, as well as sort of references from colleagues, testimonials, portfolios. Like, I do look through a lot of information. And again, that's something that I would say is a specialty of mine, which is the research element. I spend a lot of time on this, and I'm getting very good at researching efficiently and knowing exactly what to look for, and any red flags to keep an eye out for, but also just spotting those things that are going to be perfect for my clients. Approaching a new country with that outlook means that they have the peace of mind of knowing that someone's gone on a very thorough research for them, shortlisted some great options, and is on that journey with them to discover the best ways of celebrating a wedding there. If they were to say to me, we want to get married in Italy, I'd say, oh, well, I've done, weddings in Italy before. I have a network there. I actually speak the language. Fantastic. Those are all bonus points. But my outlook is always the same. I start from a place of, okay, we're starting from scratch and we're going on this journey of hunting for the best location and the best suppliers. And that's how I treat every single wedding. Being an international wedding planner means being familiar with the tools and, the skills needed to do that without really any geographical limits. I can do my job from anywhere to anywhere. Like, I could be based anywhere in the world and I would still be doing the job that I am doing for the couples that I serve. It doesn't really matter that I'm UK based, unless of course they want to get married in the UK, and then fantastic, it means I'm more local and I can more easily go visit venues for them. But I do venue visits all over the world. That's part of my role, and if the couples can join me, fantastic. But if they can't, I go on that trip for them. I take photos, I take videos, I take loads of notes, and I really try and get a sense of the place and the people for them. So for me, I would say being an international wedding planner means having a very particular sort of set of skills that allows one to really effectively and joyfully plan a wedding from afar. If a couple came to me and said, oh, I'm a bit worried that you've never done a wedding there, I love reassuring couples and saying, you know what, do not worry. I really thrive and specialize in planning in new places. And that's not right for everyone. They may want a very local, very experienced planner who knows exactly everything that's going on in the area that they want to get married. Let's say they want to do a location in the south of France, and they might say, you know what, we want a planner based in the south of France who speaks French, who knows every single vendor and knows every single venue. Fantastic. That's also a really, really great choice. And there are definitely going to be ways in which a planner who's based locally will have that sort of, finger on the pulse of what's going on in the area. But what's kind of good about the position that I can offer couples is, if they like the work I do, they like my approach to styling and planning, if they kind of feel like they click with me and they would like me to be their planning partner, then it means that we are going to have an amazing journey planning together anywhere in the world. So it gives couples the chance to pick a planner based on style, not on location. Because if you had picked a location that was maybe a bit remote, maybe a bit isolated, let's say you want to elope in the Faroe Islands, you might discover there aren't really any planners who specialize in the Faroe Islands. But that's where we come in. Like, we can plan weddings from anywhere to anywhere. And to me, that's really awesome. I guess I would say if you are considering a destination wedding, don't feel like you need to limit yourself to planners who are based exactly where you want to get married. Definitely do research that, have a chat with them, find out where their areas of expertise are and who the vendors are that they work with more closely. Usually what happens when planners specialize in an area is they have some partnerships already in place. They have some recommended vendors that they can give you just off the bat, which is fantastic. So definitely have a chat with them and find out how they would support you. But at the same time, I would recommend also having a chat to a couple of international wedding planners, get to know their approach, get to know their style and their personality, and see if maybe that could be an option for you as well. It opens up the map. It means you can get married pretty much anywhere, and also it means that we will approach this wedding with a completely fresh set of eyes. We will go searching for venues and vendors specifically tailored to you, without any existing ties or anything. You know, we can go on a very tailored search for what's going to be right for you. There's going to be that amazing journey of discovery that we will be on together to help you ask the right questions and, you know, make the most of all the spaces and foresee any possible issues, and also just come up with a really fresh, really gorgeous styling concept which has never been done before in that venue, or, you know, that florist has never done before, because really it's all about creating something completely bespoke and just really fresh and modern for you. You know, any international wedding planner out there working on a wedding in a new location will be very excited and very keen to create that network, and so they will really go out of their way to get to know the venues really well, get to know the vendors, and really kind of scope out new talent, fresh talent, and also the best names. So we put a lot of time into that networking element. I will often collaborate with a local wedding planner. So if I felt like I was looking for a very specific kind of service that I wanted some specialist knowledge about, or a very particular venue, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything, I would probably contact a local planner and be like, hey, you know, really excited to connect with you. There might be an opportunity here for us to work together. This is what I'm looking for my clients. Could I, you know, work with you as a consultant? You know, there's a lot of really cool things that can be done there, and that knowledge can become very complementary. And so it really isn't about one versus the other at all. It's really a question of what is right for you as a couple, and also what specifically the needs are for your wedding and your planning journey. So yeah, I would really say that that element of research and of collaboration and networking, very, very important to me and to all international wedding planners. And so that is going to play a huge part in the way that your wedding is brought to life. If you have any questions about what it might be like to work with someone, or maybe you like the idea of having a destination wedding, but you're feeling a bit concerned about all the extra logistics and the extra planning, well, I'll tell you now, it's 100% worth it. You know, if you have like a magical place on the map that you know, is your bucket list location, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that it's, you know, it's international, because it absolutely can be done and it's so worth it. It's a really, really fantastic way of celebrating your love and your passion for travel and that feeling of discovery with your friends and your family. So definitely consider it. It seems daunting, but it's absolutely possible, and particularly with a planning partner beside you. I would love to hear from anyone who has any questions or would like to chat or maybe work together. But, you know, apart from that, I just really hope that this little chat today was helpful and has maybe given you some food for thought and been inspiring. All right, thanks guys.